Stixy.com is a website where you can create kind of a bulletin board of information with photos, text, and shared documents. Looks to be a pretty good way for a group to collaborate. And we're going to take a tour of the interface. Okay, we're going to take a look now at the interface, and what we're going to see is that I've created a project here, and there are a lot of different things that you can use in your project. You have 4 widgets here at the bottom. One is for notes, one is for photo, one is for document, and one is for to-do list. And I've loaded a few family photos for a project that I hope to work on with my brothers and sisters, and it's just for an example. And you can see that you can add notes. You can change the color of the notes so that if you have different people working on them, that you can kind of identify who's written what. You can upload documents and then open them and download them. Not quite like Google in terms of sharing them online, so it's not quite as robust as that, but you also have a lot of space here. You can keep on scrolling over and adding more things, so there's a lot of room. Everybody can add their comments and dates and things, and there are also a number of other pieces of information over here. There's a calendar so that you can kind of keep track of dates. There's a time for setting reminders and things. And then the other piece that's important is sharing. And so when you're going to invite people to collaborate, you write their emails over here, you write an invitation, and you click send invitation. So it's very quick, very easy way to share. And you can write, the neat thing I think about this in terms of collaboration is that people would be able to look at the different photos and comments and think about what maybe needs to happen to the photos. Do they need some more work being restored? Does there need to be more information about something? Do the documents have everything that you need? So there's a pretty good way of collaborating, and very colorful and friendly interface. Not too many tools to worry about. You've got fairly simple ones, and I think it's a very good way to get a project going. Okay, so let's take a look at the steps so far. First of all, I told you that I had signed up for an account. You sign up basically like you would for any other account. Enter your name and other information about your email usually, and create a password. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Then decide on a project for a collaboration, and in my case I decided to do something that was fairly simple for me to create for an example of my family. But you might create something where you're working on an issue at school, or perhaps the teacher has you working on doing some problem solving. So the other thing you would want to do if you're working on a collaboration then is to share with your collaborators. You would send an email with a message for inviting them, and then hit continue as we showed you in the interface. And then after that, you can arrange your work materials, or maybe you could do this before as well, but you would arrange your work materials, upload photos and files that you think you're going to use to work on your project. And then after that, of course, you would share and develop a to-do list, and probably a bit of a timeline as well, which the to-do list kind of helps you to do. But you might want to work that out in kind of a conversation with your collaborators. Okay, and fairly quickly we're going to go through some other things, a little bit of review. Benefits to using Stixy in an educational setting. Stixy is a very simple and intuitive tool. I think most youth and learners and even adults will find the interface to be fairly simple to use. It would be easy, I think, for it's sophisticated enough to make it interesting to people. and you can add some color to it. There are four main widgets: the notes, photo, documents, and to-do list. And you can also look at the calendar and work on sharing information with each other. And that should help people to move the project forward. And of course, if there's a facilitator involved with the teacher, um, then that person can also kind of keep track of the project by having the project shared with the facilitator. Then they can also get online and check on how things are going. So in conclusion, I think Stixy could be good for some kinds of pedagogies in terms of collaboration, the problem solving, and some of the other very similar problem solving collaboration type pedagogies. And it could possibly be used to collaborate over multiple classes by building on one another. The teacher and facilitator would need to be familiar with Stixy and take care of the learners and basically kind of keep an eye on things to make sure things are moving along well. But overall, I think it's a very simple tool and a good way for exploring topics that a group wants to work on.